All right, again, so welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Crypto. This will be episode number 8. All right, and we're definitely getting super deep. I have a really big surprise for you all today, but we definitely need to push the numbers up. If you guys don't mind, I just want to set a standard. If you're a part of the Vincent Owens Group, if you don't mind, just one time, before this call, just dropping the link inside of our Discord group. That way people are notified. And also inside of that group on Discord, you can @ everyone. So you can put the @ symbol and then put everyone, and it'll send the message to the masses. It'll make sure that everyone is pinged. Also, if you're not inside of the private Discord with the Vincent Owens Group, I just ask that you drop this link. This call started as a call to be just for the VO group, but I decided, you know what? Everybody deserves to know how to research when it comes to cryptocurrency. Everybody deserves to get into the rabbit hole because a lot of you all are already doing this on a day-to-day, right? And so why not do it together, right? I say, why not spend at least 2 days a week to really spend that time together and try out different coffees. One of my biggest goals is, as I grow in my wealth, is to travel around the world, and these backgrounds become islands, and these backgrounds become, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, right? And these backgrounds become the pyramids in Egypt, and I'm still sipping coffee all around the world, right? And I'm doing it alongside my one of my newest, he's been a business partner for a while, but one of my newest partners that's going to be joining me on Coffee and Crypto every single Tuesday and Thursday. So I want to let you guys know that I vetted this guy. I paid attention to him. Literally, I've paid attention to this guy for the last couple years, since I've at least almost 2 years, and I've watched his growth. I've watched him really grow, not just in the financial sense, but in the realm of his faith. His follow and his pursuit with God. And so I'm very excited to announce who will be the new co-host on the Science of Success each and every single Tuesday and Thursday. But before we get started with that, can y'all just light it up one time? Can y'all just give me some energy real quick? I appreciate y'all for being here. Awesome. And so this morning, I got some coffee and I put mine on ice. I wanted to, I iced mine this morning. So I got a nice iced coffee. I'm feeling great. My throat is great. I'll tell y'all like this. This is definitely a marathon. I was tired as heck last night, y'all. Like, I was so tired. I was so sleepy, and I was just ready to go to bed. And I'm glad that I did, because I woke up this morning. I went for a 2.5-mile run down the Beltline here in Atlanta, and now I got my bottle of water right here. I got my iced coffee, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. So I appreciate each of y'all. I see y'all going up and actually advancing in levels. If you're a part of our Discord channel, there's different levels, right? I think I'm on like level 11. So when you join the Discord group, you can level up by just talking more in the Discord group. You get more levels. I'm going to find a way, and that's what we're going to do with these calls is, we're going to start taking donations for all our calls. And the reason why is because there are people that's not a part of the Vincent Owens Group that'll hop on here, or people that are part of it that's just like, you know what, I love the call today, and we'll donate. And the reason for these donations is simple. I want to be able to, and I'm telling you guys because we're building this community together. I really see it that way, and you guys are the first to be here, and I want to tell you exactly what to expect, right? And so one of my biggest goals for this is to actually hire a VA, someone who can handle the Discord and really help us gamify the Discord. We'll have NFTs, exclusive NFTs that we're going to create within the Vincent Owens Group that's going to have utility attached to them, right? Maybe private dinners, maybe, one day, private jet flights with Vincent Owens, where we hop on my private jet and we go across and we head to Dubai. We go somewhere, right? We go from New York, we go eat breakfast in New York and supper in Washington State. That's the type of things that we're going to do in the near future, because I really believe that with cryptocurrency and with us trading and with us having these different programs, we're going to have an abundance of wealth. And I'm here to speak it. I wrote it down, and I'm excited for you guys to join this journey with me. So without further ado, when we get started with this call today, like I said, I have a new co-host that will be rocking with me every Tuesday and Thursday from this moment forward. And that guy is none other than my brother, CEO Trav. Hey, can we light it up for Travis PICH real quick, man? Because he is now the newest co-host of Coffee and Crypto. And I'm about to go ahead and first off, spotlight myself. And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna add a spotlight. And now, just like that, me and him are side by side on this journey. And I just want to say thanks to each and every one of y'all for being here. I've watched this man grow. I've watched this man really get bullish. I've watched this man really come out of his comfort zone. You know, he came to me and he said, "Yo, Vincent, listen, what can I do to really take my Instagram to the next level?" And I said, "Bro, you're the king of information. Start making reels." And I'm gonna tell you something. He started making these reels and I watched him make them over and over. And I watched him do the green screen. I watched him start editing the videos. And that's what I watched him start to really duplicate what I was doing. And I was like, yo, let me really watch this guy. And I told him months ago, I was like, yo, I'm personally building something. I'm going to be building something. And I'm watching you, bro. And I really want you to be on this journey. And, you know, he continued to stay consistent. He continued to stay committed. And without further ado, you know, I want to allow for the brand new co-host of the Coffee and Crypto in the Morning to go ahead and say a couple words before we really dive in this bullish content.
Yo, what's up, family? So I just want to say thank you, Vince, for that tremendous introduction, bro. It means a lot to me coming from you, someone that I do look up to when it comes to, you know, just being a crypto mentor, being a faith leader, and just really just guiding people in this financial journey, because it is a very large responsibility. So I really appreciate you in that sense of, you know, bringing me into this space, bro. And I'm ready to rock, bro. So, you know, cheers, bro.
Yo, cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes,
where your coffee
cheers.
at?
Where your coffee at? You know, if you got your camera off, turn your camera on real quick.
Camera's on.
Turn your camera
hey,
on.
I'm putting some clothes on right now with Pip Cheerio, and I'm loving this right now, bro.
Okay,
Let's go.
I say no more, bro. We appreciate you being here, Mo Harvey. Let's go, man. It's a community. Let's go. So with that being said, listen, we're gonna start with this video. It's a quick 7-minute video. You know, we're going to have more content too that'll be going on YouTube, you know, different things like that. So you guys can start to really check it out. But, you know, again, this is not about us. This is about the research that we do. And when it comes to research, you know, I don't watch videos that I made. You know, I watch videos that other people made to kind of understand where this space is going. Then I go and make my own content, post it on my YouTube, right? And so Coffee and Crypto, we will have a YouTube channel. So stay tuned to that. If you're in the Discord, if you're in the Telegrams, you know, if you're in my private text club, if you're in my close friends group, if you just follow me on Instagram, if you watch this later on YouTube, link it below. We will have everything down there that you need. So with that being said, I'm gonna play this first video. And this first video is by Ian Dunlap, who is the master investor. He's a part of a group that is known as Earn Your Leisure. All right, there he's about to earn your leisure. I want to play his video at 7 minutes long, and they're talking about Ripple, right? So when we play this video, if you guys can drop a 2 in the chat box just to let me know that you can hear me, and then we'll be ready to get this thing rolling. Let's go.
Ian, what's up? Red Panda, what's good? So let's get into this. This is the one that everybody, my guy from Instagram, what's his name? Crypto 901. Yes.
Yeah. He's been campaigning hard. Like,
Yes.
he is to Ripple what I am to Vanguard VO for sure. He was on Stock Club Call a few weeks ago. Yeah, he's been going hard on this.
Yeah. Okay. Ripple, XRP case against them. SEC. I believe the SEC got a case against them, right?
Yeah, it's been going on for 2 years.
It's been going on for a while.
2 or 3 years.
It's been going on for a while. The XRP enthusiasts say once this clears up, it's XRP to the moon. I was invested in XRP in 2017.
Past tense?
Well, you know the unfortunate situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't remind them.
Okay. I'm
So,
sorry. My apologies.
What do we?
You want to blast him or no?
I'm in litigation.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
So what do we feel? What do we feel about XRP and Ripple?
I like it a lot. I think the only thing that scares me with them requesting continuance or delay in this case is that they're going to find some loophole where Ripple wins the case, but they are going to try and halt it. And I don't want to I have to dance around this very delicately. I'll say this, like Charles from Ethereum, when him and Vitalik were a team, Charles was really the mastermind. Vitalik got pushed as to the forefront as the mastermind, right? And there are certain cryptocurrencies that they want, and I'll use they lightly, to be in the lead. I think Ripple is a cryptocurrency like Wet Dream, but for whatever reason, behind the scenes, there are people that are trying to dampen it. And I think they have a slam dunk case. But when they requested to delay, I'm like, what trick are they going to pull out of their bag to throttle the success of Ripple again? That's why I always tell you guys, there's a game inside of a game. The reason, I'll say it definitively, the reason why I like Vanguard over Schwab or Fidelity, they are the #1 power player in that space. Kudos to Jack Bogle. Like, so when you are #1, there are certain rules and exemptions that you can make happen that other companies cannot make happen. I think Ripple should have the preeminent position. And for those of you who are investing prior to 2020, 2016, 2017, Ripple was like top 4.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
It was at 3. It was at 3.
It was number 3.
So
They got to 2.
Ripple is the company, XRP is the coin.
Yes.
And at the time when Ripple was over $3, the CEO of, at the time when XRP was over $3, CEO Ripple became top 10 richest people in the world. And that's when they was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, and then shortly after that, it started to fall apart. And they like, when stuff starts to not make sense anymore, like that's when it's like, literally, like their valuation was more than like, I feel like it was crazy.
a lot of banks.
Yeah.
But when we spoke about it, and every time we give the analogy about the transaction speeds, what we were talking about was the Ripple coin, because that's what Ashton Kutcher went to Ellen. He had given that example. I'm like, wow, that makes perfect sense. This is why Ripple makes perfect sense. This is like late 2017. We're like, that's the coin we got to get. We got to be part of that. And so I remember being super excited. I remember reading those white papers, and I'm like, this is it. And then we watched it go to $3, and it was like, I felt like how I guess everybody felt when they were buying Dogecoin at the time. And it was like, wait, they had no idea what cryptocurrency was. And they got this Dogecoin. They were like, wait, we Doge millionaires. We were just like, yo, this is crazy. And so it was like, now we got to find more. We got to find more. But yeah, I mean, I'm still there. I'm still in XRP. But there's obviously you want to not just be invested in one cryptocurrency. I would encourage people to learn about more of them, especially like the top 10 ones, and even like Poly. I think Poly is one of those. I mean, it's, like, again, I'm not telling anyone to invest. I'm just talking about the use cases.
At least 4.
Yeah, Poly, Cardano is great. Avalanche, I think, is incredible as well. In Ethereum for sure, and Bitcoin, we know those. But even Binance Coin. These are just like some powerful ones that you should definitely be aware of.
And I'll say this too, the reason why Apple spends so much time at the White House, so does Google. I've never said it before publicly, but you have to make sure whatever asset that you're invested in, they have good relationships with governments internationally. Because if not, this is part of what happens. For those of you who remember 2008, 2009, like Bear Stearns, they let that company die because of pre-existing beef or drama amongst other banks. I could have saved Bear Stearns. Like Carl Icahn could have came in and saved it and got it for 55 cents a share, the same way Buffett got shares. You guys can put it in chat for those of you who are market historians. Which bank did he get it for a considerably cheap rate? So if they don't have protection from government agencies, and that's why when you guys in my TikTok like, hey, bro, stick to stocks. You don't know nothing about crypto. I'm like, how don't you know JP Morgan paid for Ethereum to be where it is? And there's a couple other banks that are helping some of the crypto y'all love. Consider. I'm like, when I'm telling you, there's no, you're going to have to pay that bid or that toll fee regardless. And either you're going to choose to play the game with the hedge funds and the banks, or you're going to lay down. Ripple chose not to play, which I commend. And then they colluded to make them get down. Ethereum played the game. That's why I say, if you love Ethereum, how do you hate Cardano when Charles, and I'm not doing this to pump Cardano, but if Charles is really the mastermind and he is what you think Vitalik is, how the hell do you not support him? great. Got to be very careful. But if you don't have that backing, that support, very tough.
Yeah. It's still the number 6 coin by market cap, over 37 billion. Even with the this been going on for like 2 or 3 years now. So I mean, it's still top 10. And I didn't say Solana. I know somebody's gonna kill me because I didn't say Solana. Solana is in the top 10 too. Another one.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the hottest crypto morning show in the world. You already know, man. It's Vincent Owens, the CEO, Trav in the building. And you look, all right. So I like to always start with XRP because we know that that is the coin, right? If you type XRP in, it'll, if you type that into Google, what pops up? What is XRP, right? It's the world reserve currency, right? The world reserve currency. What is the world reserve currency today, class? Can you guys drop that in the chat box? What would be the world's reserve or the world bridge currency? But what's the world's reserve currency today, right? World bridge currency, but what's the reserve currency, right? What's the reserve currency? USD, right? USD. So with that being said, man, look, Trav, how you feeling about what Ian said? Do you agree with him? I'll tell you that I agree with him. I believe in something that, because I learned something every time I watch a video, and something I learned was this, right? He said that Warren Buffett, he called them historical investors, right? These historical stock market investors. Guys, I don't know if y'all recognize, but we're historical cryptocurrency investors. We are the Warren Buffetts of the cryptocurrency space. The prices will never look like this again. And 40 years down the road, whether you're here today or you're not, this will be a thing. And that's what I really believe. So Trav, what do you think about this, bro? And let's dive into some bullish content.
So it's interesting, that you brought up Warren Buffett. And I do agree with what Ian said, as far as the fact that, it is a very touchy situation with the court case. But, being that you did bring up Warren Buffett, I want to highlight a thing that I found is very, very interesting about Ripple. So there's a company called Nubank. It's based in Brazil. So in Brazil, they are a company it's a banking company, institutional bank, where they have exposure to cryptocurrency. And Warren Buffett actually dissolved $1 billion worth of his Visa and MasterCard stock, and he invested that into Nubank. So when that was announced, they announced that Warren Buffett invested $1 billion into Bitcoin-friendly neobank. They called it neobank on Cointelegraph, which is a diversion. Also, by them calling it Bitcoin friendly, it's another diversion. But Nubank has a very interesting partnership with a company called REMESSA Online. So REMESSA Online, they do remittance payments, cross-border payments. They handle all of Nubank's cross-border payments. So REMESSA Online is a Brazilian company as well. At the bottom of their website, you can go to remessaonline.com, bro. You can go all the way to the bottom of the website and you will see something very, very interesting. Right in the bottom left corner right there. REMESSA Online runs on Ripple.
Yes, sir.
So essentially, Warren Buffett has invested $1 billion into a Ripple partner.
Damn.
That's bullish.
That's bullish. You feel me? And that's how we get down on Coffee and Crypto, really bringing this thing forward, and the way to find these things again, y'all, is to really be diving deep, right? To dig deep into the space. So we really to the moon. That right there is exciting, right? REMESSA Online, right? And so let's deep dive a little more, Trav. Let me share my screen, right? And let's let's really get into it, right? Because I like where you're going, and I just want you to know that I can hop on too. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm up on it too. So if we go to CBDC tracker, all right, and let's go to and I showed you all this on the last call. Right now, let's go to Brazil, right? So the digital real, right? So right now, again, this is why I gave you all this, because anytime we're talking about remittances, these cross-border payments, we're talking about ultimately the CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies. You're not going to pay in a country in Ripple. You know, you're not going to pay in Ripple. You don't pay in a stock. You would pay in a digital version of that country's currency where it can be taxed properly, right? And so with that being said, right, let's go and look on their website, right? And so let's see what information they have, because over here again, y'all, you can go here and you can really research and see all the news, right? You can really see all the news, but you can also go down here and you can and check this out, right? I saw this the other day and I was so excited to show you all this. Travis, I was so excited to bring this up in this call. I know I know you see exactly where I'm going right now.
I see it.
And listen, if you did not know that ISO 222 is it, listen, updated data, announcement year 2017, current 2022. Technology providers. Who's providing the technology for these CBDCs? R3 Corda. Come on, guys. Aave, Banco, Santander, Brace. Look at this. All these companies, they're giving you the gems. Look, you can click more. Visa, look at this. Visa do Brasil. Visa do Brasil. So Visa's a part of this, right? So these are the companies. These are the stocks. These are the companies. Here, if we go down some more, right? Retail, the wholesale, you got R3 Corda, Hyperledger, which is XLM. You got Quorum. Guys, I'm telling you right now, we are in the right cryptocurrencies. We are in the right space. And if you didn't know by now, you know, don't worry about this dip. You know what I'm saying? This is your time for you to just go ahead and collect some more chips. So look, I'm gonna stop sharing real quick. I'm gonna go back to the if this is bullish, y'all go ahead and light it up one time. Listen, and listen, if you like this, make sure that you share it with your friends. All right. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Click the like. All right, click the like button, subscribe, and turn the bell on, right? Turn that bell on. That way people, you get the updates every time we go live, every time we do this here with Coffee and Crypto. So, I want to pass it over to you, Trav, because you said you had a lesson and you told me that you were doing a lot of research. Travis sent me a lot of articles. I like working with Travis because he's literally my right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? And he's just as bullish, if not as bullish as me, or more bullish than me. And I would love for you to share some of this other content with us real quick. Please, sir.
Yeah, thank you for that. So I definitely want to share with you guys some interesting things that I found in terms when it comes to the Luna UST depegging scandal. I read an article, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, I know you told me you talked about this already, but I read an article yesterday about the World Economic Forum that was in Davos, Switzerland. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, the World Economic Forum it's a conglomerate of the world's largest companies, billionaires, world leaders. All the world leaders are collectively, there's 193 in Switzerland yesterday, and they're talking about green climate issues. They're talking about cryptocurrency and blockchain as a solution to that. And I want to share my screen, and I just want to show you some of the things that I found about Luna that I found very, very interesting. So the first thing I want to share is that court documents. Can you guys see my screen? Light it up if you guys can see my screen. Okay, cool. So yeah, so court documents reveal Do Kwon dissolved Terra Luna Labs days before the Luna crash. So the dramatic story of Terra Luna, referred to by some as the Lehman Brothers of crypto. That's interesting wording because we know Cointelegraph is a propaganda arm of the government. So they put out what they want us to see. And it says the timing of these decisions has raised suspicions within the crypto community. Both Busan headquarters and Seoul offices were slated for dissolution during a general shareholders meeting on April 30th, with their demise being actioned on May 4th and May 6th, respectively, and the stablecoin collapsed during the hours of May 10th. So they dissolved their corporations. Now, another interesting thing that I found was, the World Economic Forum, Terra was offering unsustainable yields. DeFi can support financial inclusion. So the part of this article that I want to bring up is where these panelists, and these are large, you have the CEO of Global Markets Lead of Kraken, you have the CEO of Casper Labs, which is a very, very pivotal project. Coral Capital is a large venture capitalist. And I want to go to the part about the person that is in charge of Coral Capital. They said that he argued the protocols within the space should adopt higher transparency for the risk associated with annual percentage yields, advocating that additional education could also help balance investors' expectations. So, advancing that thesis, Coral Capital's horsemen shared that the Terra Luna crisis partly occurred because they were essentially offering yields that were unsustainable, that they were venture capital firms that were bootstrapping those yields in order to bootstrap an ecosystem. He noted that his firm decided to withdraw funds from the project in November and December. So they were able to profit heavily and they pulled out prior. Now you have another company, Pantera Capital.
So question. And this is for the audience, this is for everybody, so as we were seeing, because UST, Terra was the third, at the time, was the third largest stable coin in the world, right underneath USDC, right underneath USDC, because I believe UST is number one, USDC is number two, and then it was Terra. With Terra, with them snatching all that money and basically exiting their positions and taking that profit, you think that's what made the original collapse of really the ultimate market, stock market? I mean, not stock market, but crypto market.
No. So I'm going to go into that as well.
Okay.
That is just part of it. But another venture capitalist, Pantera Capital, also was able to cash out 80% of its profits in time, according to executives. They were able to turn 1.7 million into $170 million. And then they cashed out right before the crash. Interesting. But as far as why did they crash? It was a coordinated attack. BlackRock and Citadel, which is, if you guys are familiar with BlackRock and Citadel is a large hedge fund run by Ken Griffin. BlackRock is one of the largest companies in the world. They hold the largest company in the world. They hold $10 trillion in assets under management. But together they borrowed 100.
BlackRock has an office here. They have an office here in Atlanta on the Beltline. I was running. I literally saw they're right above the Kroger on the Beltline. They actually have a spot. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, together they borrowed 100,000 Bitcoin from Gemini. It appears in their loan book, and they swapped 25,000 of that Bitcoin into UST. This was all done quietly in anticipation of the attack. When the time was right, they called up Do Kwon at the Terra Foundation, who is the founder of Terra, and they wanted to sell a lot of Bitcoin for UST. As it was a large trade, they told them they didn't want to move the market and asked if he would like to buy their large block of Bitcoin at a discount for UST. Do Kwon took the bait. He gave them a large chunk of UST, thus lowering the UST liquidity significantly. At that point, BlackRock/Citadel dumped all of that Bitcoin, $70,000, $75,000, 75,000 Bitcoin. They sold it off, and it collapsed the UST peg because it caused massive slippage, triggering the cascade of forced selling in both assets. The real problem was BlackRock/Citadel knew that Anchor, which holds a lot of Luna, was a Ponzi scheme. They offered 20% staking APY. This crash would trigger more withdrawals than Anchor can repay. This forced withdrawals and selling trigger a massive sell-off in Luna, thus further breaking the $1 peg and wrecking the market further. So these were coordinated attacks, and not only were they coordinated attacks, but there were a lot of hedge funds that were able to know prior to these attacks and cash out their positions. So the aftermath of this attack is what I want to talk about. Now you have regulators chomping at the bit. SEC Chair Gensler, who we know about, Gary, he warns a lot of crypto tokens will fail following the UST collapse. Now, in light of UST and Luna, G7 countries to discuss crypto regulations. You have the governor of the Bank of France said that terrorist fiasco and recent crash of the crypto market should serve as a wake-up call for implementing rules in the sector. Then you have another article with UST's depegging lunacy out in the open. Regulators begin to get jittery. You have speaking before the U.S. This is the U.S. House Financial Services Committee. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. She says, I wouldn't characterize it at this scale as a very real threat to financial stability, but stable coins, they're growing very rapidly, and they present the same kind of risks that we have known for centuries in connection with bank runs. She's calling for regulation, imminent. Then you have
imminent.
Prince Charles. On May 10th, Prince Charles, while reading the Queen's speech, affirmed that the United Kingdom is in favor of introducing a bill, and they're all citing Luna as the reason for this. Further strengthen powers to tackle illicit finance, illicit. They label this as illicit while they're all involved in the background. Reduce economic crime and help businesses grow. Measures will be introduced to support the security services and help them protect the United Kingdom. Following the decimation of Terra Luna USD and UST Tether, the British Treasury Department confirmed the government's position to regulate stablecoins in the region. Legislation to regulate stablecoins were used as a means of payment will be part of the Financial Services and Markets Bill, which was announced in the Queen's speech. Then also you have, as of May 15th, even officials belonging to the South Korean Financial Services Commission and Financial Supervisory Service, the departments in charge of virtual assets informed local reporters that the commission launched an emergency check on trends following the Luna incident. So you have all these regulators, Gary Gensler, the Queen of England, South Korea. You also have India. India's central bank governor warns about crypto collapse after Terra Luna. So these were coordinated attacks.
Crazy.
And it was all meant as a means to quicker bring in regulation. You have people moving in the background to shatter the crypto market from about 40,000 down to 25,000 in a very short period of time. And then in the aftermath, they're calling crypto unstable to bring in regulations to protect investors.
That was crazy, man. That was, yeah, you really went bullish for us, bro. You really showed us nothing but proof, and we got it. You know what I mean? We have like literally, you know, that's why I love this space, because, you know, you were talking to me yesterday and we were talking about, Cointelegraph and CoinDesk and Crypto Rank and just all these companies. All of them are propaganda. They're all schemes. They all, they just like Fox 5. These are the Fox 5s of these companies, and it's great that we're able to get the information, because they tell us exactly what it is they want us to see. We'll never know what's really happening behind closed doors, but putting two to two together, you really showed us why, the future. And I'm not gonna lie, to me, the future lies in ISO tokens, ISO coins and tokens, and the future also lies in stable coins, right? I do believe that stable coins, and there maybe be one stable coin, and that would be USDC, because Circle is a beast, man. We were going over Circle. I don't know if you were on that call, but we were going over Circle and really looking at their website, deep diving. What do you think about Circle and USDC? And do you believe that there's any other stable coin out there? Because it seems like a lot of them are algorithmic stable coins rather than the stable coins that are actually pegged to actual country's currency. So like, I know we talked about a couple stable coins. We talked about USDC, but then we talked about VUSD, which is VeChain's stable coin as well, right? So what do you think about the stable coin game? We got about 15 more minutes on this call.
So what I think about the stablecoin game is, obviously, the answer to this question already.
Yeah.
But USDC is clearly the industry leader. So you have Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury. She was calling for regulations of stablecoins. Now, what you got to understand about this space is that the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services, they held hearings on December 8th and 9th of 2021. They had 5 CEOs of different crypto companies come and testify before them and give their responses why they thought crypto was a viable way to
watch that whole thing. Did you watch that? Did you watch the whole? I watched the whole thing too. It was crazy. You're talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, right? He was there. Gotcha.
So there was 5 CEOs. The CEO of Circle USDC, which is why I brought that up, was there. CEO of Circle USDC, the CEO of Stellar, Sam Bankman-Fried, who is the CEO of FTX, the CEO of, I forget the other ones. Anyways, it's not really a big deal. But the CEO of USDC was testifying and giving his reasons why. His name is Jeremy Allaire. Why he feels that stable coins are a valid solution to the legacy finance systems. And one key thing that I noticed when you brought up the propaganda arms of Cointelegraph, CoinMarketCap, and these different websites, is that when this crisis was going on of the depegging of UST, Terra Luna stablecoin, Tether also depegged as well. It went to about 94 cents. And also USDC depegged as well. But it was actually the opposite. It went up. People were fleeing to USDC because a lot of people don't trust Tether. But what I found interesting during that whole time where these coins were depegging, on CoinMarketCap, you have UST was depegged, Terra Luna stablecoin. You have also Tether depegged, and they showed it at about 94 cents on CoinMarketCap. But USDC, even though it was depegged and it went up to about, when the crash happened to 26,000, I put about $3,000 into stablecoin USDC, because I was waiting to make my move and diversify into different coins. I made about $300 profit on a stable coin while that whole fiasco was going on. But what I found interesting was that on CoinMarketCap, USDC remained at $1 flat. They did not change it. They did not change it on their website, even though it had depegged and it was going up. So I found that as an interesting narrative, because they're promoting it as a stable coin. That's like, you got to understand the players. They're able to testify before Congress. They're testifying before Congress, and yeah, another interesting thing that I found about that hearing was that everybody was reading off of paper that whole time. All their statements, even the congressmen, they had multiple congressmen talk and speak and answer questions, ask questions. Every single one of them was reading off of a piece of paper the whole time.
Crazy. And you want to know something I noticed about it? All those people are in Congress, and majority of them can't even read. Like that was the even more shocking part, is that they were reading, but they really can't even read, Trav. I'm like, yo, these folks is up here, like, you know what I mean? They can't even read.
I saw a meme the other day, and it's funny that you said that, because it was like, it said that back when you were in high school or middle school and you had to read before the class, I like flexing on people with their illiterate selves. That was, I used to like doing that. Because I used to read super good.
Yeah, me too. I always read really well. Yeah, definitely, bro. But look at us now, man. Look at us now. But you know, so yeah, man. That was bullish. You know, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You already know how we do, man. Make sure you stick around. I'm gonna go ahead and close out this episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in on YouTube and all other platforms as well. Make sure that you go ahead again, subscribe, follow our page. I also make sure that you turn that notification bell on. And if you like this episode, make sure that you click a thumbs up. We appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you and we'll see you on the next episode of Coffee and Crypto. Let's go.